Hey gang, I'm going to do a video. I'm doing a live voiceover, so it could go horribly wrong. I'm going to do a video on how I'm doing press-on nails, how I'm measuring the tips, how I'm measuring the fingers, and then how to make sure that they're matching up. So I had a bit of yesterday was a day. It was a day. I went to a YouTube channel that was a self-proclaimed press-on queen, and she said a certain way to measure the tips, which I did. I did 3 clients' tips like that, based on the measurements they'd sent me as well, and only one of them had been collected and it wasn't right. So yesterday I had a bit of a meltdown because today people were collecting them, and so I had to redo them. But before I could redo them, I had to redo sizing all of these, and then I wanted to check them. So I had to file my overlay off to check them because I couldn't take a proper measurement of my nails with the overlay on. So, and then I was up till like 5 a.m. redoing these nails. One of the sets that needed redoing was this one. So this is the one that I haven't got my proper, I didn't have my proper little boxes for these yet, so I just gave them to them, and I was going to give them to them in some tissue paper. So it's those, which wasn't too hard to do, but the other one was this set, obviously 10 nails. So I had to redo ombres and glitters, and yeah, it was a long old day yesterday. So I'm going to show you how I measure, how I've worked out, because I've worked out how to measure and tried and tested it on myself. I know this is a way that works, so I thought I would share it with you in case you're doing press-ons or you're thinking about doing press-ons. I've only just started it. At the beginning of lockdown, I thought about it and then thought, no, I can't be bothered. I had obviously my daily videos that I was doing to get on with, but I've decided, a couple of clients who asked about it, I thought, okay, I'll do it. So I bought all the stuff, and I will show you now how to measure the tips, measure your nails, and put them together. So the girl on the press-on queen, okay, said to measure tips like this, which is what I did, and it wasn't right. So you actually measure not on the outside of the tip, but the underside, which you would think wouldn't make that much of a difference, but it seemed to. So get your tip and a tape measure. Obviously a ruler's not going to bend into the curve, and find where a centimetre starts. Any centimetre, pick a centimetre. I'm going to go with 136, and I'm going to hold this so the tip, shall I zoom in a smidge? Meow. I'm going to hold this so the tip rests on the line. I'm going to make sure that stays in place, and then I'm going to push up with the tape measure, making sure it doesn't move, so that the tape measure fills the curve. And then obviously note that's obviously 1 centimetre, so that is 1 point. Oh, what have I moved? Come on. I'll really push it up in there to fill it. I'm going to go right to the edge there, which I've moved it again. Do you see why I was having a day yesterday? Because it isn't just a yep, that's that. I was really checking where people press down. Obviously you want to press, you want to know what it is when it's pressed down. So I'm pressing down and popping that in there, and it's 1.2. Get in shot, woman. So that's a 4 of 1.2. I have made a little note. I've got one for oval as well, and one for coffins. So the next step, once you've made note of all those sizes, if you want to check on yourself, like I did, just to be sure, you need to take some sellotape, or scotch tape, whatever you call it, and pop it, which one of my nails is similar to that size? Let's say this one. Pop it on your nail. So this is what you want to tell your clients to do. There's some pictures that people have done online of how to measure. So make sure that's nice and flat. Push it down into the side walls. And then with a biro, not a marker pen, because the nibs are too thick. So you'll have discrepancy. Is it that side or in the center? And then just mark there and there. And I think I've been doing it off the center, seems to work. So the inside, sorry, so that side of the line and this side of the line. I'm going to take my ruler. When did I buy a ruler? I don't know, but I have one. Maybe it's from school. No, I turned up to an exam once late. I didn't rush to get there, but I had to pretend that I had rushed. So I sort of burst in the door like, whereas really I'd just been strolling at a leisurely pace. And the teacher was really angry. And then I had to put my hand up and ask if I could borrow a pen off someone. So this probably isn't a ruler from my school supplies. Still passed the exam though. So now, anyway, shut up. Right, let's get on with it. So I'm going to measure there to there, the inside of the line, which is 1.2. 1, 2. And this is a 1.2. And if I put that and press down like you would with press-ons, clues in the name, then that is going to be a perfect fit. So now I know that when you measure the underside and your finger like that, they match up. So I did that for all 10, 0 to 9, with all the different shapes. And then obviously if your clients give you the wrong measurements, then at least you know that, it's not your fault. And if they want more, they can buy more. I'm so nice. I'm a really sweet person, I promise. I'm not, I'm evil. So now I'm going to measure the length. I've got Janine here, who's my next press-on person. So I've written, obviously, pinky ring, middle, index, thumb, and then the other way. Let's make a note that that is the left and that is the right. Make sure they measure both hands, because sometimes there can be different ones. And the set I've done today, someone had an 11, a 12 and a 12, 11. So then you obviously want to make sure that they know which side. I'm going to put them in separate little bags for them. So where are we? I say so much. So much. But I think I was trying to avoid saying because I realised I say a lot, and I started saying so. Oh, we could be here for hours. I'm going to take. So I've got here that Janine wants 16mm. I asked her to measure from the centre of the middle finger and tell me how long she wanted them. Ideally, people would not want to change the length, because then you just size the tips and you crack on painting. But not many of my clients are going to want them this long. I think there's only like 2, so they're all going to want to have them taken down a bit. She wants oval or rounded. I know, well, no, she wants like a soft, this kind of shape. So I'm using the pointed ones. If someone wants a coffin, I did some coffins earlier, and she wanted them taken down. The actual coffin tips, once I took them down to the measurement she wanted, had lost its taper where you'd cut it off. They just weren't tapering enough. So I used these tips, the pointed tips, and then when you cut them down, you still have the tapered sides, because you don't want to cut the coffin down and then think, oh, I need to taper the sides, and then you've taken millimeters off and they're not going to fit. So to measure the length she wants, I'm going to buff this. You're going to want to buff before you paint anyway, and I have been putting a base coat on just to give the these a bit more strength so they're not too flimsy. And you also want to buff it so that we can measure out the length and make a mark on it with a pencil, which won't mark on the shiny plastic. So to do this, I'm going to take my, who knows where it came from, ruler and mark a centimetre, beginning of a centimetre there. And she wants 1.6. So she wants there. And then I'm going to, oh, did I? Yeah, we've done the measuring my nail, haven't we? Yes, make sure they lay it on a flat bit of paper when they are doing the sellotape on their nail so that it's flat. I'm now going to line up this tatty file with the mark, and that's so that I can make sure, because I was at first doing it like that, and different angles it looks like it's on it. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. So this just guarantees that it will be. And then I'm going to draw my shot. Right. I'm going to draw a line here. And then I will cut this there. So there's still a bit of a line there. And then I will file it to shape. And I'll do that for all of them, and I'll put them in their little respective places. And then to paint them, I need to get a tin lid. I've got one somewhere, but I don't think it will fit in my lamp. So I've blue tacked these onto here, and I will do this, and I'll do one hand at a time. Pop those on there. If anyone was going to have freehand or anything, then I'd probably hold it more like this, or I'd put it on one of my these thingamybobs, just because I like to hold it like that to rest. So I'll pop them all on there and then paint them, slide this whole thing in the lamp, and that's it. And then the next bit, I say that's it, like that's just quick and easy, but once you sort of have to size your tips, I would definitely check them again, take your own measurements, find the one, you know, if that's a 1.4, find what you've labelled a 1.4 and check that it works and that it fits. So once I did that for all of the tips, and then find the client's measurements, get the right tips out, decide how long she wants it, file them all, buff them all, measure them all, cut them all, shape them all, and then start painting, like, it takes a while. But once they are all done, once we're at this stage, then I have been packaging them. I haven't bought those bracelet boxes or the sort of watch boxes that people are doing, mainly because they were, I think on Amazon the best I saw was 12 for £16. Maybe I didn't research it enough, or maybe people buy them in bulk from AliExpress or something, but I haven't got 3 years to wait for this shit to arrive. So, and I just thought they were a bit boxy or whatever. I wanted to do something a little different and cheaper because I don't want to have to charge the client for it. You know, want to everyone's struggling at the moment where, you know, people aren't working and things. So if I can keep the price down for them, if I bought those boxes, then I would charge them for it. So I went for something else. I will show you. Bear with. Where are you? I got these. I think there was 100 for about £6, and they also came with some string for each one. And what else did I get? Oh, I got these. Which I nearly just dropped all on the floor. These from Amazon. There's 100 files. Blue side, pink side, which I think that one's a finer side, so there is different sides. There you go. And what else did we get to go in there? Oh yes, these nail tabs. These are from Amazon as well. They come in sheets like this, and then I just break half off. There's 12 on there, so that goes in there. It sort of just curls up like that. And a file, and then the nails. I've got some little sealy bags arriving for the nails, in the hope that you know, they keep their nails in it, so as not to just waste plastic. So hopefully they'll store them in that. But they're not arriving till Monday, so I've been wrapping them in these. And I found some holographic tape, which someone in my house was like, "You don't need that, throw it away." Well, now who's laughing? So I've got these boxes. They do this. Come on, liven up. And then you obviously fold the sides in. The file fits in at an angle, and then the nails, and then the tabs. And I did buy some glues. I bought a pack of 6 glues because I had no idea how many people were going to want this. But I didn't say that I'd provide glue. I said I'll provide tabs and you can use glue, because I've decided if they want to use glue, then they can buy their own fucking glue, you know? If they want me to wear them for them, I'm kidding. I'm not being ungrateful. I'm just being silly. So I also got, lean back, these stickers from Amazon. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 35 stickers. It was £4.49, and I think I've seen someone said that they got like 50 for about £2, so I was ripped off, but never mind. And I did my logo, and then on PixArt I just added the writing. It says hand painted with care and heavy sarcasm, and thank you for your purchase. You can curve the text in PixArt and then just drag the image onto the listing on Amazon, and they were with me. It wasn't the next day, but I did order them at like midnight, so it was the day after that. So that was good, and I popped that on there and then put the string around it, put the stuff in it. I think that's it. Is that it? Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to share with you the measuring for that, so that you don't have the same experience I did, where you then have to go, oh shit, you know, and you've got to start painting them all over again. That was, and then I had 2 orders that I was supposed to be doing last night, so I had to say, you know, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to push you back a day. But they've just been picked up, and I believe that is everything. I hope this is helpful to anyone who is doing them or thinking of doing them. It's definitely, once you get the sizes of these right, and maybe don't mention to people about the length they want, and then it's just such a quicker job. They'll go, right, that's a 4, paint it, done. Oh, but I do have to trim these, whatever I've done with that nail. Oh well, that's another one bites the dust. I'm in such a bloody mess. I will have a sort out before I crack on with this set. So yeah, when you have to obviously change the length of them, then you have to readjust the shape at the bottom. So that is a bit of a pain in the arse, but the client gets even what the client wants. So that's what I'm going to do now. I don't think I'm going to film this set because it's plain apart from a couple of glitter fades. But I will hopefully do some more interesting ones soon. If not, I'll do another nail art video of something. I've got a list of things to... Fuck me, I don't stop talking. I need to go. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel for lots more videos that are much more interesting than this one. And thank you for watching. Hope you're keeping safe and well. See you next time. Bye-bye.